Brandi Passante has always thrived on quick wit and sharper instincts, so when she pops up outside the familiar rhythm of storage auctions, people notice. This recent moment landed not because it chased shock, but because it felt earned. Fans who've followed her journey know her as confident, candid, and unbothered by expectations, and that's exactly why this appearance resonated. It wasn't a reinvention or a costume change. It was a reminder that people contain multitudes. Seeing Brandi step into a more polished setting sparked conversation because it contrasted with what audiences usually see, not because it contradicted it. There's something satisfying about watching someone expand their public image without abandoning who they are. The chatter wasn't really about a dress or a photo. It was about recognition. Recognition that confidence can travel well, that authenticity doesn't disappear when the lights get brighter, and that someone known for grit can also command elegance. This moment worked because it felt natural, like a new angle on a familiar story rather than a forced rewrite. From auctions to elegance. For years, Brandi's environment has been practical, loud, and unpredictable, which is part of what made her so compelling. The leap from storage lots to a more refined backdrop caught attention because it highlighted range, not contrast for contrast's sake. The elegance of the look wasn't loud or theatrical. It was deliberate and composed, the kind of style that speaks softly but clearly. Instead of leaning on excess, the outfit relied on structure, texture, and confidence, creating a visual statement that didn't need explaining. What people responded to was the ease with which she occupied that space, as if to say she belonged there all along. That sense of belonging is powerful, especially for viewers who've watched her navigate traditionally tough environments with humor and resolve. The transition felt less like stepping out of character and more like revealing another layer. It reminded audiences that sophistication isn't about abandoning grit. It's about knowing when to let different sides of yourself lead. The power of restraint. What made this look land wasn't boldness for its own sake, but restraint. In a world where attention often comes from excess, Brandi's choice to keep things clean and intentional stood out. The lines were strong, the details minimal, and the overall effect confident without being performative. That kind of styling sends a message. You don't have to shout to be heard. It's a lesson that applies far beyond fashion. By trusting cut, fabric, and posture, she let presence do the work, and presence is something she's always had. Viewers recognized that this wasn't about proving anything to anyone. It was about comfort in her own skin. The restraint made the moment feel grown, assured, and self-possessed. Instead of chasing trends, the look leaned into timelessness, which is often the hardest thing to pull off. It suggested a person who knows herself well enough to choose simplicity and let confidence carry the rest. Authenticity never goes out of style. Brandi's appeal has always been rooted in authenticity, and that's why this moment didn't feel like a departure. Whether she's negotiating, joking, or sharing candid thoughts, she shows up as herself, and audiences trust that. That trust carried into this appearance, making it feel genuine rather than staged. Authenticity doesn't mean staying the same forever. It means evolving without pretending. This look fit that definition perfectly. It reflected growth, comfort, and a willingness to explore different expressions without losing core identity. Fans could see the same confidence they've always admired, just expressed through a different lens. That's why the reaction felt warm instead of skeptical. People weren't questioning motives. They were celebrating range. It's a reminder that style is just another language for self-expression, and when it's spoken honestly, it resonates. Brandi didn't need to explain herself, because the consistency of her character has already done that work over time. Social buzz and shared admiration. The online response wasn't just noise, It was a collective nod of appreciation. Comments reflected surprise, yes, but also respect and admiration. People enjoy moments that feel celebratory rather than competitive, and this felt like cheering someone on rather than tearing them apart. The humor, the compliments, and the playful comparisons all pointed to the same thing. Viewers felt proud to witness the moment. That kind of buzz happens when audiences feel connected, when they believe they're seeing a real person enjoying a well-earned spotlight. The conversation wasn't about ranking or rivalry, it was about acknowledging confidence done right. Social media can be unforgiving, but it can also amplify joy when the moment feels deserved. In this case, it amplified a shared understanding that confidence looks good at every stage and in every setting. The buzz lingered because it tapped into something relatable, the thrill of seeing someone step into a room and own it effortlessly. Femininity on her own terms. Brandi has never hidden her femininity, but she's also never let it define her limits. This moment highlighted that balance beautifully. The look didn't rely on extremes, it relied on intention. It showed that femininity can be strong, composed, and unapologetic without being performative. That nuance matters, especially in a media landscape that often flattens women into narrow categories. By choosing an outfit that emphasized confidence over spectacle, she reinforced the idea that power and femininity aren't opposites, they coexist, and when they do, the result is compelling. Fans recognized that this wasn't about fitting into anyone else's idea of glamour, it was about expressing her own. That autonomy is what made the moment resonate. It sent a quiet but clear message. You get to define how you show up, and you don't owe anyone an explanation. That kind of self-assurance is timeless. Confidence beyond the setting. One of the strongest takeaways from this appearance is that confidence isn't tied to location. Brandi carries herself the same way whether she's surrounded by storage units or chandeliers, and that consistency is the real statement. The setting may change, but presence doesn't. That's a valuable reminder for anyone who's ever felt out of place. Confidence isn't about matching the room, it's about trusting yourself within it. This moment illustrated that beautifully. She didn't shrink or overcompensate. She simply arrived as she was, polished and prepared. That ease is something people respond to instinctively. It's reassuring to see someone navigate different worlds without losing their footing. The lesson here isn't about fashion, it's about self-belief. When you trust your own voice and values, you can adapt to any environment without compromising who you are. That's the kind of confidence that lasts. The lasting impression. In the end, this moment will be remembered less for the specifics and more for the feeling it created. It reminded people why they connected with Brandi in the first place. Her confidence, her authenticity, and her refusal to be boxed in. The look was striking, yes, but the impression ran deeper. It reinforced the idea that confidence is the most compelling reveal of all. You don't have to announce it, you just have to live it. This appearance did exactly that, leaving audiences inspired rather than overwhelmed. It was a reminder that style is most powerful when it reflects self-assurance rather than seeking approval. Brandi didn't change who she is. She simply let another facet shine. That's why the moment lingered. It felt complete, grounded, and genuinely uplifting. In a culture obsessed with extremes, this was a lesson in balance, and that's what made it unforgettable.